Eminem apparently has a net worth of nearly $200 million. He stepped into the rap game with every disadvantage and ended up becoming one of the most successful and richest rappers ever. He's hands down one of the greatest rappers to enter the game. He changed the whole genre forever. As he discusses in his music, the rapper grew up very poor in Detroit. He has come a very long way since then, and he's bought many luxury cars for his collection. Stay tuned in for the whole video because some of these cars you wouldn't expect him to own at all. Aston Martin V8 Vantage. The Aston Martin brand comes with a great reputation that James Bond helped to popularize. The characters always loved the car, but was most recently seen in the film Spectre. The V8 Vantage is no different. It is an absolutely beautiful car that is worth around $150,000. When we think of what a sports car should look like, this new offering from Aston Martin is exactly what comes to mind. It's got a twin-turbo V8 engine and is actually capable of reaching 100 km an hour in a matter of just over 3 seconds. This car is just a beast that's built for speed. For a man capable of rapping incredibly fast without compromising on the quality of what he's saying, the V8 Vantage is the perfect car for him. It is obviously an impressive car that can perform really fast driving, but it also looks less like a race car and more like a classy luxury vehicle. The latest model of this car has been called a worthy rival to other high-performance sports cars such as a Porsche 911, another vehicle Eminem happens to have in his collection. Ferrari 575. This is the first vehicle by Ferrari that we will explore on this list, but it will not be the last. This is because Eminem seems to be quite the fan of Italian engineering. The man actually has 3 cars by the manufacturer. The Ferrari 575 is another great offering from the company and it was only in production for a total of 4 years. Since this car was only produced for 4 years, in fact there were just only 2,000 units ever produced, and even rare, only 177 of those were with manual transmission. This is not a car you will get the chance to see every day. The 575 is a classic sleek sports car look with an angular hood designed to maximize fast driving and aerodynamics. The 575 also has a 5.7 liter 12-cylinder engine, making it a very powerful machine. It can go from 0 to 100 km an hour in just over 4 seconds, which means it's a little bit slower than Eminem's Aston Martin, but it's still pretty fast. However, you really cannot go wrong with a Ferrari. Unless you're a professional racer, the speed difference in the two sports cars may not even be that noticeable. More on Eminem's other Ferraris later. Porsche Carrera GT. Earlier in his career, on his song If I Had from the Slim Shady EP, the rapper discusses all the things in life that bother him. At one point he says, "Tired of having to borrow $1 for gas to start my Monte Carlo." Luckily for Eminem, his career is guaranteed he'll not only never have to deal with being able to afford gas, he'll also never have to deal with the Chevy Monte Carlo ever again, if he doesn't want to. Instead, the rapper has clearly turned his attention to cars like the Porsche Carrera GT. This is another great sports car in Eminem's collection. We can now see a pattern emerging. The rapper has an appreciation for really fast sports cars, perhaps to make up for the vehicles he was forced to drive in the past. The Porsche Carrera GT is a great choice for sports car enthusiasts. It had earned various accolades for being one of the best sports cars of all time, or at least by 2003 standards. It was only in production for about 4 years, just like the Ferrari 575, and there are only ever 1,270 of the vehicles produced. This is another exclusive vehicle you won't see very often on the roads. Ford GT. Eminem and Ford have a bit of a rocky relationship. The rapper is clearly a big fan of the company, as evidenced by the fact that he owns this vehicle, and other cars on this list like the Aston Martin are affiliated with the Ford Motor Company. However, the two don't always seem to share the same sense of humor. In 2005, Ford apparently had an agreement with the rapper to provide a Ford Fusion for a music video. When the rapper included comedic references to Gwen Stefani and Britney Spears in the song the video is supposed to be for, the company retracted their offer. Years later, Eminem and Ford would put their differences aside for a Super Bowl ad that featured Eminem's hit Lose Yourself prominently to promote the Ford Chrysler 200. Eminem would also go on to acquire a Ford GT for his very good collection. As you can see from this picture, it is another car that fits with its other cars perfectly. It's got the good looks of a race car and the speed to back it up. The Ford GT can reach 100 km an hour in just over 3 seconds, making it a fair comparison to some of Eminem's other sports cars. Audi R8 Spider. What sports cars collection will be complete without at least one mention of a car produced by Audi? Because it's Eminem, of course, the model he's going for is the Audi R8 Spider, possibly one of the most revered sports cars yet. This is yet another company Eminem has a strange history with. In 2011, the rapper actually sued Audi because they used Lose Yourself without his permission and boldly stealing from Ford's already successful commercial. For someone who loves to drive fast, the Spider is a must-have car. It ranks along the same lines as Eminem's other sports cars. Audi's approach to the car is fascinating. They're inspired by race cars for the interior design. They try to make it as close to a race car as possible while also having far more luxury than an average race car would. For example, the interior of the Audi R8 has some great options for the seats. One model you can get has red leather seats that look absolutely stunning. The vehicle retails at over 200 grand, and with the amount of work and detail that's gone into making it, that's a fair price. Even the steering wheel on the R8 is amazing to look at. Lamborghini Aventador. The Lamborghini Aventador is another great sports car that makes total sense when you look at Eminem's collection. The Aventador is a powerful vehicle that's built for racing and luxury. It's no surprise that Eminem is a fan. The Lamborghini Aventador is also a car that seems to be a favorite with rappers. It appears in music videos from time to time, and top billing performers like Drake and Kanye West have been seen in the costly sports car. It values in the ballpark of around 400 grand, with potential options and modifications that can reach as high as $700,000. Kim Kardashian reportedly spent that much for a customized Aventador at one point for Kanye West. The Aventador might be one of the fastest vehicles Eminem owns. It can reach 100 kilometers an hour within just a couple of seconds, and it can reach a top speed of 350 kilometers an hour, more than 200 miles per hour. The Aventador is considered one of the fastest cars in the world in terms of sheer acceleration ability, with contemporaries such as the Porsche 918, the Tesla Model S, the Bugatti Chiron, the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon, and of course another offering from Lamborghini, the renowned Huracan. Ferrari 599 GTO. The Ferrari 599 GTO is not just a sports car, it is breathtakingly beautiful. When we think of high-performance vehicles intended for hitting the racetrack, they often have a sporty look that has too much going on with the design. The 599 GTO is a great example of making a car that can go fast but also looks good while doing so. Like the Audi R8, the mechanics of how the car runs is one thing, but the interior is a whole new world of cool. It has leather seats that look amazing and have the potential to become customized however you see fit. In addition, the Ferrari 599 GTO also happens to be surprisingly more spacious than you'd expect from a car so sporty. There's ample space allocated to ensure the right comfort level while being able to fit all of its cool features, like a push start button that's perfectly located on the steering wheel. This car was only in production for a couple of years, but it's another unforgettable vehicle from Ferrari. The 599 in the car's name literally means only 599 were made, and only just over 100 made it to North America. Ferrari 430 Scuderia. This is the last Ferrari in Eminem's collection. It is another great car you can't go wrong with. Ferrari really took pride in building another fantastic high-performance beast of a car that's heavily inspired by racing, specifically by working with German racer Michael Schumacher. On their website, Ferrari writes, Michael Schumacher spent a lot of time testing the 430 Scuderia when it's being developed, carefully applying the method that made him unique on the racetrack for many years. The result of their collaboration is the Ferrari 430 Scuderia, a car tailor-made for racing. It has been very successful, and the car has actually been a model that other car manufacturers look at for inspiration. On their website, they go on to mention, Schumacher's suggestions have also had a profound influence in the development of Ferrari Formula 1 steering wheels in recent years. Although Ferrari is a brand that's been embraced with open arms by rappers, Eminem might be one of the few rappers to actually own a 430 Scuderia. Most rappers tend to go for other cars the company is available, like the 575. Regardless, Ferrari is a reliable brand that consistently produces great work. Eminem owns 3 of these, which is a very big deal. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more videos of cars and celebrities and much more. Check out the Cars and Celebrities playlist and the video linked down in the description. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.